Hey everybody, how's it going? Tooth here. Hope y'all's having a good one. We're out in the woods. We're at the property in Southeast, up on the mountain. Focus Trip did a video the other day. I put a comment on it. He actually gave me a thumbs up. Surprise. I don't know. I'm not a huge Focus Trip fan, but he did a video over SHTF or Civil War 2.0 optics and stuff like that. I made a comment in there along the lines is, if you're using an optic that depends on a battery, you're setting yourself up for failure. I'm more of a LPVO, MPVO fan myself. Right now on this 5.56 gun, I'm running the Vortex PST Gen 2 millirad reticle. It does have, I think it's a fiber dot in that thing, kind of like the Aurora from Primary Arms. It does get daylight bright, and it is just a dot. It doesn't blow the whole reticle up, thank God, because that's, for what I'm trying to do with it, it works out pretty good. Just to kind of touch on a little bit here where I'm getting ready to go. Last week, I was out doing some training at the flat range, doing ready up drills with that weapon set up, minus the suppressor. Because I was planning on shooting in the Governor's 20, and depending on what they wanted to do, the Governor's 20 match can be anywhere from 400 meters shooting all the way where it zeroes down to 7 meter shooting with a rifle, or you can wind up doing CQB ready up drills at 25 meters. So I wound up doing the 25 meter CQB drills. Just to get back in the rhythm of doing it. I haven't done it in a long time. I was using the PST Gen 2 since it does get daylight bright and it is just a dot. And what I found out is, you turn it down to 1 magnification, you can run it like a red dot. I've really found out I could. I got in it. I was hitting in my time frames that I need to hit into. I had all that stuff wrote down and I didn't bring it with me. I was actually making pretty decent shots and all of that good stuff. I was keeping almost everything right in here. I had a couple of flyers in and out when I was trying to hurry up, because it's 5 shots, a mag swap, 5 shots on another target. So, I mean, I got her down pretty good. I mean, I don't know if I would have tabbed out or not, but I wouldn't. I'd still been in the top 15 if I would have went out and done it. So that was what I found out right there. Is like, yeah, you can legitimately run an LPVO like a red dot if you train and do it. You're not just going to pick it up and do it. You have to train and do it. I am going to say that is the big caveat that goes with it. I'm sorry. I've been getting eaten up by horseflies and I'm sweating right now. It's kind of warm out here. Going through his video, Focus Trip did touch on quite a bit of the things. Like I said, I left a comment, gave me a thumbs up, and the battery life thing was what I was going at. So for a lot of the guys that were sitting there, and I mean, it was thick with guys going red dot magnifier, red dot magnifier. That tells me you haven't been outside the country, or you've had to deal with well, my PX is shut down for 6 months or something along those lines, or you haven't been in a bind where you haven't been able to get batteries. That's what that tells me. I work full-time at a military maintenance facility. We do stockpile batteries because I know that's somewhere where someone's getting ready to go with it. One of the things I've noticed is batteries do have a shelf life. Just for shits and grins, I took one of the testers home and I pulled a 9-volt battery. Bought a 9-volt battery on the way home. Bought it at Walmart. Went and did. It was a programmable tester where I could put in what battery it was, what type, all that good stuff. And tested it, 9 volts, 100% charge. Cool. I have the exact same battery, 9-volt battery, sitting on my shelf in my garage in a package, never opened, never put in anything. So I opened it up, 9-volt battery, 60% charge. It's been sitting on the shelf for maybe a year, and it's already started to lose part of its charge. So for you guys that are stockpiling batteries thinking, yep, I've got it covered, I've got a shit ton of 2023s or CR123s, I'm kind of finding this goes back all the way across all types of batteries, and I don't think lithium or alkaline make any type of difference. I know lithiums like to be maintained more than anything, at least in the automotive industry they do. Well, I'm going to say automotive industry, that's wrong. It actually goes in specialty equipment on our trucks. But anyway, they like to be maintained. They don't just like to sit in the package. They just don't like to sit in the optic. Plus, on top of that, SHTF, whatever, Walmart's probably going to be closed. You're not going to find hardly anywhere to go get your batteries. So now your optic's completely dead. So then the magnifier part of it, well, you're running, we'll just go with the Comp 4, Comp 3, CCO from like the military does, aim point. You're putting the magnifier on it. Well, one, you've pretty much put the exact same weight as a LPVO on your gun, and then on top of that, you are having to maintain 2 sets of lenses instead of 1 set of lenses. What I mean by maintaining is make sure they're clean, make sure they're not scratched up, all that good stuff. So you're doubling your work right there, and you're not saving anything, and you're only getting one variable type optic, either 0 magnification or whatever you're set at. So with the LPVO, you have a little more versatility. For the prism side of it, there's a lot of prism optics out there that don't depend on batteries. They're Trigicon ACOG, that uses tritium. They do have a battery variant, but it doesn't need the battery to work. The tritium variants, once that tritium starts wearing out, that reticle gets very, very hard to see, and you're pretty much done once it wears out. And yes, it does wear out, because I've had 2 ACOGs that have been issued to me that I've noticed that the first ACOG I ever got issued, I had to put tape on it in the daylight to keep the bloom down, because it was really blurring everything out. Rose pedaling or blooming out is what they call it. So I was having that issue, and then I figured I got showed the tape trick by someone with more time on it than me, and fixed it up real good that time around. And later on in my career, go out again to do a qual, bright summer day, I have to pull the tape all the way off just to be able to see the optic. So check the manufacturing date. These 2 optics were hitting the 10 and 12 year mark, and the tritium was starting to wear out on it. Checking the TM, that's when they become non-serviceable, is about the 10 to 15 year mark. I'd have to go back and look at the TM again for the ACOG, but it does says it is non-serviceable. It is a turn-in item, and you turn it in and get a new one. That's all there is to it. That's all I know about it. But I do like prism scopes. I do think they're really good. I just don't like really tight eye boxes. And with the LPVO, I'm finding out with certain LPVOs, yes, they get tight eye boxes. This PST Gen 2 from Vortex, and then also the new scope I just got from SIG, the DMR. Even with it all the way up to 18, that eye box is still really forgiving. It's a 34 millimeter tube instead of a 30 millimeter tube. So and plus that's a 44 millimeter bell instead of a 24 millimeter bell. So I think that has a lot to do with those 2 deals, right? The eye box deals. But I do know the eye boxes on this LPVO and that MPVO are very forgiving, nowhere near as tight as an ACOG. So, I mean, really, all in all, what I come to find out too is most of your ACOGs are 4 times. There is a 6-time magnification, but you're stuck at 6. So yes, I do have a red dot sight on my rifle right now. That is for shooting with night vision. That is something I plan on trying to do this winter on a hog hunt or a coyote hunt. Still trying to get all that stuff, details worked out so I can go out. Don't know if I'm going to be able to film any of that because, one, I just don't have the equipment. Everything I do is on my iPhone, and I don't make any money off this, so I don't see dumping money into it. The only reason I do this is to put out what information I've learned and gathered to hopefully help you all out and save you a little bit of money and time, or help you get pointed in the right direction. So we've covered the red dot prism scopes, or red dot magnifiers, and even again with a magnifier, you really kill your eye box. It goes really tight again. It's just like a regular prism scope, because that's all a magnifier is. It's a durable prism. They're durable as hell, I'll give them that, but still. covered the ACOG and its variations. Primary Arms has a SLX 5x prism scope. It's not bad. Glass ain't the greatest in it, but I've used it for years and it worked. It does not need a battery to make it work all the time. I've shot several things without the reticle even lit up on it. So the ups and downs on the LPVO. Yeah, the eye boxes, depending on which one you get, they're different. Right now, with the ones I'm focusing on and using, they seem to be really good, really forgiving. The SLX, not so forgiving. A lot of LPVOs, MPVOs, they do not get daylight bright. Neither one of the SIG optics do. The SLX does not. The 1:8 first focal plane does not. The Strike Eagle that my son just took, it did okay, but it really wasn't that bright when he turned the battery on it. But the way Vortex did the reticle on that one was really nice. It almost had like a gold tint to it that really made it stick out and pop out. I really liked that. I don't even remember what Strike Eagle variant that was. It was an older one though. This one right here, it's got the mil radian reticle in it, straight up and down crosshairs. I've got mil hashes on it. It's got a red dot. I mean, the dot inside does get red dot bright. That's why I was able to do what training I was able to do with it. So, yeah. But as it stands, if the battery dies on it, I can still run it. I can still use it. I've shot a couple of coyotes with that one without the dot on. And actually, when I'm just doing precision shooting, I prefer not to have the dot on. And also on the SIG DMR, I prefer not to have the reticle lit up when I am doing trying to precision shooting or zeroing a gun. So really, there you go. That's what I got. I hope this is something that helps y'all out. Like I said, by no means am I the end all be all, whatever you want to call it. But this is just what I ran across, and I just thought it was a fun topic. Didn't really have much else to do today other than come out here, fill feeders up, make sure everything was going good. So I'm going to head to go get something to eat. Y'all have a good one, and maybe we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there.